Yo, what is up, my Shadow Armies? It is I, Shadow Critias, back again with another Bleach What If video. So yeah, this is basically more of like a discussion topic and something that's been on my mind for quite a while, and honestly surprised that no one done this. And that is, what if Nozomi Kujo survived? Now, I know what you're thinking. How will this work? She can't survive because the soul was splitted in, well, 3. And one dies, the others dies with it. How will she survive? How will this work? And when will this take place? Well, if you keep this in mind, the filler arcs takes place before the Arrancar arc. So basically, this will take place before, and we're gonna go straight to the Arrancar. Now, how would this change the events if she was alive? Like, what if she did survive? What if the prediction that, you know, when one soul split it into 2 or 3, they are die along with it? What if that was not the case? What if that she becoming her own person and she becoming her own soul? So what if she did survive? So the only way I can think of is that Ichigo actually defeat the, I forget his name, and freed Nozomi, but in this scenario, Nozomi doesn't disappear, she doesn't die, she actually lives, which honestly surprised her, that she thought with one soul dies, the other dies with it, and she's surprising that she survived and lived, and Kon would be happy that she's alive and she's okay. And of course Nozomi would just call him, "You little perv," or something like that. And I definitely could see Ichigo, the others will be happy that she's not going anywhere, that she's part of their she's their friends and nothing will happen to them. And now she's her own soul, her own person. And now she's basically her own Shinigami. So basically, now there's 2 Shinigamis in the world of living. Even though Nozomi was created and the soul was splitted, Mayuri did some tests to wonder how she didn't die with the other half. Basically, it turns out that, well, the soul is completely different with a genetic makeup and different genders, so to speak, and one was good and one was evil, and the soul was so corrupted of the evil side, it couldn't contain. So, because basically Nozomi was battling in her actual counterpart, so basically Nozomi literally took the whole soul and made it to her own will. So basically, the evil side is gone, and now Nozomi is basically her own person. So that's could actually explain a lot. So Nozomi will be the secondary substitute Soul Reaper in the world of the living. But she still had a long ways to go to be her own person, because she's still new, and she still have a lot to learn to be trained. So that's basically what will happen if she survived. And the question remain is, who will Nozomi will live at? Because she can't live at Ichigo's place. That would just be too obvious, because Ichigo's dad and his sisters were thinking like Nozomi is Ichigo's girlfriend or something like that. And plus Rangiku, not Rangiku, why did I say that? Rukia is basically just living there, but apparently she's not. She's been living at the Soul Society, or she's been living with Ichigo, so it won't work out to have 3 people in one small ass room. So who would she live with? Well, isn't it obvious? Orihime. I mean, she's all by herself, and she has no one to keep her company when school is ended. So it wouldn't make sense that Nozomi would live with Orihime, and plus she does have a spare room that once belonged to Orihime's brother. So basically Nozomi is basically taking her brother's room. And I think Nozomi will learn how to cook because Orihime can't cook at all. So it's a good thing that Nozomi knows and learns how to cook properly. And Orihime would be happy that she doesn't have to be by herself and alone, and because it just felt awkward and so quiet and lonely. So basically, Nozomi is just glad that she's alive, and she's still shocked that she survived. And she does continue on her training with Ichigo, Uryu, Chad, and Orihime, so she can actually understand how to use her Zanpakuto more often and be trained her skills and trained by Rangiku. Oh, I keep saying Rangiku. Rukia. Jesus. And then Unohara can't speak. Suggests, I can't fucking say the word anymore, that she needs to learn how to go Bankai. That's the one thing she needs to learn, but since she's a model soul that was created, it pretty much won't work on her. So basically, she pretty much won't go Bankai anytime soon. If she was able to, that is. So they're going to try the possible way to make her go Bankai, to unlock that Bankai ability. So, how will this change in the Rancor arc? Well, not a lot, honestly. Nothing would change. It's just Nozomi is just around and alive and fighting against the Hollows with her friends and building a close bond with them, especially bond with Ichigo and Orihime. And then Captain Toshinori Hisagaya, along with Ikaku, Renji, Rangiku, and I forget his name. The other one always hanging out with Ikaku. I forget his name. When they arrived at school, and then Rukia shows up as well. So basically, they have a mission because now they need to keep their eye on about the Rancor shtick and Aizen or whatever. So they're basically gonna need all the help they could get since the encounter of Ukiura and Yami. So I think Nozomi will get her ass whooped immediately by Yami. Saying kind of similar to how Chad went through, but badly fuck up. And I think Ukiura will be taking notes on this green haired girl had a Zanpakuto to absorb the Reisu abilities, like Zanpakuto's abilities, Quincy abilities, and the Kaido abilities. So, and I feel like Nozomi will actually absorb more of than just the three, like Hakido spells and other techniques that she can absorb and to deflect it right back. And plus, Nozomi does have the ability to heal to people and herself. So, since she was audified to have a healing ability, basically similar to Kido, so there's that. And so basically, she could heal herself, but it will take time. So basically, everything would just go out of cannon. Just the Rancor will start attacking the city. Grimjo and his goons or whatever. It just basically goes out the same, but everyone get their ass whooped. And Orihime surrendered herself and been taken by Ukiura. And when Nozomi heard about this, yeah, she's definitely on board to go and rescue Orihime without the Go to 13's permission. So basically, the whole game plus Nozomi's there to rescue Orihime. Now, we have every single character go up against each Rancars, right? Who would Nozomi will face? Well, the first Rancor she will encounter would be, I forget his name. The guy had the head of a the goat head, who have the ability to create multiple soldiers at whatever he wants. Yeah, that guy, the one the Renji, Chad, and Rukia was facing off against. Yeah, Nozomi was facing that guy. And Nozomi, she will have a difficult time. And she basically will be stuck there until then. Until Chad, Uryu, not Uryu, Chad, Renji, and Rukia jumps in, and they basically tell her to go with Uryu and go and find Orihime. So basically, I can see Nozomi would tag along with Uryu to find Ichigo and Orihime, and Uryu and Nozomi would deal with Yami, and the fight between Ichigo and Ukiura, which just plays out in the actual canon. And how would Nozomi would react of the death of Ichigo? She will be livid, pissed, like full of pissed off you ever seen before, because Ichigo basically gave her a life. Not just Orihime, not just everyone, mostly Ichigo. Ichigo gave her everything. See him die right in front of her? She is livid. Like shock and horror to rage. And this will piss her even more and see how Orihime reacted. Just in horrified and broken physically and emotionally state. And I see Uryu and Nozomi will get their ass whooped. And I think Nozomi can absorb the Zero that Ukiura will shoot out. But I think it will be overwhelmed for Nozomi to absorb that much, because it does have its limits. If it reached the limits of the absorption, it will basically explode. So basically, she does have a limit state. She needs to deflect it right back at him. So she will try to get some good hits, but not even close. But she will get her ass whooped. And her reaction to see Ichigo alive, but different, which is Vassalore. So, yeah. I think she will be stunned what Ichigo is becoming. And then Ichigo is now came back to life as a human again, thanks to the high-speed regeneration. And would Nozomi join Ichigo to head down to the fake Kura town? No, I think she will stay behind with Orihime and regroup with the others, and they'll catch up with Ichigo. So basically everything goes out as canon until they show up later. So Nozomi would have some part of the fight, but not a lot. And after that, the rest of the Rancor, which just plays out as usual, nothing changed. And I think Aizen would see Nozomi as a fascinating design, that a random soul created a soul to split it in half, but somehow the other half is gone, and she's the other half alive, now fully soul. I think that would fascinate Aizen a bit. But suddenly, everything goes out as canon. Ichigo lose his Shinigami abilities, and Ichigo will lose the ability to see Rukia. So, Yeah. So basically the Fullbring arc would just be the same. It's just Nozomi would just be the now the in charge. Well, actually, since Ichigo is no longer the substitute Soul Reaper, that title goes straight to Nozomi, even though she already is the second substitute Soul Reaper. Now that title belongs to her for a time being until Ichigo gain his, trying to gain his full brain power, but it gets taken away until Rukia gave his Shinigami abilities back. So the full brain basically goes out the same. The 1,000-Year Blood War, yeah, Nozomi will definitely be involved of this. And it will be a bloodbath. And I can't think of a perfect match for Nozomi who will face. For some reason, I definitely could see Nozomi will face off against Bamietta or I forget his name. The Valkyrie dude, and or the one that Yoruichi is facing now. I can see either one. And who else? That's a tough one. I can't think of any interesting foe that Nozomi will face off against in the 1,000-Year Blood War. I literally cannot think of anything else. And I feel like the 1,000-Year Blood War is where Nozomi will unlock her Bankai for the first time. And keep this in mind, her Zanpakuto Toe is basically evolved Rain, and her Shikai is basically evolved Rain. So her Bankai has to be involved Rain. Like her Shikai literally called Rain Without End. And so basically her Bankai will be called Forever Rain. That is basically what her Bankai will actually be called. Forever Rain. That literally will be her Bankai name. But if we do like the Japanese translate, hold on, I'm basically gonna do this right now. English to Japanese. No. To Japanese translate. Forever Rain. I think in the volume. Yeah, I think Forever Rain actually would make a lot more sense. So, that's what it would say. Yeah. I can't butcher it, so. I think that will be the name of her Bankai, Forever Rain. Just seems fitting and fits the tone of her Zanpakuto name and her Shikai form. So, it has to fit the tone of the meaning of rain. So, yeah, I can't think of a describe of her Bankai. I think her Bankai will be similar to the main antagonist of the clone Goti 13 arc, the filler. The main villain, his outfit, all yellow outfit, and had that spinning double blade. I think Nozomi will have that kind of Bankai, but more lady-like style. So I definitely could see that. I think Nozomi was like, yeah, this brings a terrible memory, but at least it's her Bankai, so I think she actually will overcome that, that person who haunts her when he was still around. Or no, I think her Bankai will be similar to the one that Ichigo fought in the final episode of the Goti 13 Invasion Army arc. Yeah, that was the name of it. So, yeah, I think her Bankai would be similar to that person. but more ladylike style. And so that's definitely what I would see. And now the question is, like, what would happen in the ending? Would Nozomi just be a single woman, or would she actually will marry someone? Well, I think Kon would actually express his feelings to Nozomi that he's actually is in love with her. No being pervertic or being a perv or whatever. Just straight up. And he wants to be with her, but not as just a damn plushie. So basically, he wants to have an organic body. So basically, I think that Unohara would create a body for Kon, but like our original. I would say Kon will be similar to Ichigo, but with black hair, kind of like Ichigo's long lost dead older cousin, which would be kind of awkward and weird. But hey, I mean, Kon's eye is basically going to be blue, base of no, his eyes will be yellow, like orange is yellow, like the color of the lion that he was as a plushie. So yeah, I think Kon will be look like that, black hair with yellow orange eye. So yeah, so I can see Kon in his new body, married with Nozomi, and they have a life together. And I never could see that. I mean, Kon was the MVP of that arc. That man will do anything for Nozomi. Even though Nozomi could defend herself now. But you know damn well that arc gave Kon a development, which it says a lot. So I think Nozomi would have a happy life and nothing will change. It's just Nozomi is there and just being the part of the group that she finally have a life of her own, something that she thought she wouldn't have. So yeah, I have nothing else to say about this. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social media will be down below in the description box. You know the drill. Links to my Cash App, PayPal, Ko-fi will be down below in the description box and in my bio if you guys want to donate to support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Know before Shadow Critias, and I'll see you guys later.